We've all been sold the idea. Work hard now, sacrifice, and one day, everything will be worth it. The dream of financial freedom, of endless days lounging in peace, no longer tied to a desk or alarm clocks, constantly dangling in front of us as a golden carrot. But what if that carrot is nothing more than an illusion? Picture this. Two roads. On one road, you're told you can travel to your destination, but only if you give up everything along the way. Sacrifice comfort, sacrifice freedom, sacrifice your peace. Work long hours today, and maybe, just maybe, you'll reach the finish line at some point in the distant future. On the other road, there's no promise of riches, no flashy billboard with the words retirement written in bold letters. But there's something more. Freedom. A sense that you control the journey. The catch? The road is unpaved, it's messy. There's risk, yes, but also excitement. You get to choose the pace. You can take detours that bring you joy, not just rewards. Here's the catch. Most of us are stuck on that first road. We're driving down it, heads down, grinding away, thinking that once we hit retirement or that dream job, everything will change. But what we're really doing is perpetually saving up for a future that's slipping through our fingers in real time. We're like people filling up a bucket with water, hoping to have enough for the future. But while we're focused on the future, the water is leaking out at the bottom. Time is pouring out of us, and we're so focused on saving for later that we're losing the most precious resource of all. The reality check. The more you work to save time for the future, the more of your present is wasted, and you don't even notice until one day you realize that the life you've been saving for is no longer attainable. That bucket? It's empty. Enter the time currency metaphor. Imagine time as a currency. Each day is an account deposit. You wake up with 24 hours, and you're tasked with spending it wisely. Most people treat their time like it's a credit card, thinking they'll pay it off later with free time or retirement. But what if you treated it like cash? Hard, cold cash that you can't ever get back once it's spent? You'd spend it more carefully, right? You'd make sure you weren't wasting it on things that didn't serve you. Most of us don't do that. We rack up time debt, giving away our hours to jobs, tasks, and routines that drain us, thinking there will be a payoff in the future. The thing is, there's no guarantee you'll reach that future. And if you do, you may find that you've spent so many hours working for that moment that you no longer have the energy to enjoy it. The silent cost of the 9-5 cycle. Let's talk about Sarah and Dan. Sarah works in a corporate office, and Dan runs his own small business. Every day, Sarah drives to work, sits in traffic, spends 8 hours in meetings, and then comes home to spend the evening either in front of a screen or stressing about the next day. She's saving up for her retirement fund. Maybe in 20 years she'll travel or take time off, but in the meantime, she's living for the weekends. Meanwhile, Dan works his own hours. He's not tied to a clock. He works hard, but he also makes time for himself, for his family, for adventure. He isn't waiting for the future, and his idea of success doesn't rely on retirement at all. The difference? Sarah's time is locked up in the corporate machine. Dan's time is fluid, flexible, and in his control. Sarah could have been building her own business or doing something she's passionate about, but she's stuck on the idea that her reward comes later. Dan? He's not waiting for the reward. He's building it now, with every hour he spends doing what he loves. Reversing the game. Investing time in yourself. The truth is, time doesn't need to be saved up. It doesn't need to be locked away for a future version of you that may or may not exist. Time is here, right now. It's the one currency you can't save, only spend. So what if you flip the script? What if instead of working for an uncertain future, you began investing in a future that's now? What if you started treating each day as an opportunity to create the life you want, right now, instead of thinking of it as a sacrifice for the future? You don't have to wait until retirement to start enjoying life. Instead of letting time slip away on a job that drains you, why not redirect some of that time to projects or activities that nourish you? Things that fill your life with meaning, connection, and fulfillment. Let's take it a step further. Start building time assets. These are activities or ventures that generate more time for you in the future. Investments in your skills, your health, and your happiness. Maybe it's building a business, learning new skills, or simply practicing mindfulness. The key is creating a life where you're not just surviving day to day, but thriving. The real game changer. What's truly revolutionary about this shift is that it's not just about breaking free from a job. It's about rewriting the story you've been sold. It's about taking ownership of your time, like a true investor would take ownership of their portfolio. Time, after all, is the only thing that's truly finite. It's the ultimate asset, and it's the one thing you don't want to waste. When you start treating it like a precious resource, something you can invest in now rather than endlessly defer, you'll discover a whole new world of possibilities. The bottom line? You don't have to wait for the future to find fulfillment. The time to create the life you want is now, not in some distant tomorrow. You have the power to shift the game and use your time as a currency to build the life you've always wanted, right now.